All right, it's super windy out today. It's been raining all week. It's good for the food forest, but kind of sucks for working in. I just wanted to bring up this little thing here. This is a cam lock. This is a 2-inch cam lock. It's got an MPT 2-inch threaded fitting here. So I had to get another adapter for that, and I have these on order. So we're not going to be working on the daisy chain of getting all the totes together. But just so you know that this fits the 1,000 liter and the 1,200 liter. The 1,200 liter has a different thread pitch on it, which is a 2.44 outside to outside diameter, and so I couldn't use just a regular fitting that I could use on the 1,000. So we're going to use these, which is better because if there's anything wrong with my totes, I can actually disconnect it and then remove the tote, put a new tote in, or repair the tote. So we're gonna do some of the hillside irrigation today. So I got my my battery operated bandsaw that I have, hand bandsaw, and we're gonna get some of that together, and we're gonna be using the stainless steel worm gear clamps that you use for the poly pipe, which is 1.5, so it's gonna be 2-inch down to 1.5. So we're gonna get started on that, and then maybe next week we'll be doing the daisy chain, or whenever my parts come in, we'll be doing it the week after. So let's get started, let's get out there and get working. All right, I'm all finished putting this in right now. I'm gonna add another 6 to 12 inches on the end of each one of these so that I have a hose connection for the drip hose. And then I'm just gonna show you real quick what I've done. I've gone all along here. Okay, so I got another one here, and then another splice right here, which goes up into the first tote, which will have a ball valve on it, other than the one that's on the tote, because I need to be able to control which I use, and then so on and so forth. I got these T connections, again another 6 to 12 inches on each bed, just to have it sticking out a bit. I'll probably put markers up so I know where they are, but yeah, I'm all done there. I'm just covering it up a little bit. When the rain comes, it'll help flatten that down a bit, so that's what I'm going to do. So take a little break, battery's dead, gotta go charge it up, and then cut little pieces and then put them on there as well. And then maybe this weekend we'll get started on the end, which is going all the way down over this, which there'll be a connection right over the swale so that I can release all the water in the spring and the fall. There's too much into the pond, over into the first bed over there, and then it'll connect to all different beds. Sorry about the noise, it's kind of windy out here. All right, last week I picked a few of these anyways off of this one tree. This is right at the goat barn, the goat fence, the goat pasture. Anyways, I got a couple of these and they're looking really nice. They taste even better. But I got a whole bunch of them already, so we'll be picking them in a day or two, and or picking off them as I get hungry. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. So some of you might be asking why I only buried the my water line only like a couple inches into the ground, and that's just for the lawnmower, so I don't crush it. I don't want anything to happen to the water line. But in the spring and the fall, I'll just be emptying these out. So our frost line here, especially in Canada, southern Canada, Ontario, is and I'm in zone 6B. We do have a frost line here, but I don't have to worry about the lines freezing because I'm going to plan to evacuate the entire system, the rain collection system, for the whole entire winter because it's not needed. The only time water's needed is maybe in the greenhouse, and there is another project that I'll be doing later on in the future, probably to be able to collect water from the other side and bring it into the greenhouse. because it is going to need its own water. So that's another project, but you need to subscribe and you need to follow along my videos and see where I end up. So let's get back to work. I got a lot of things to do. All right, that's the last one. Now I got to worry about the end fittings, but we're not worried about that right now. We want to get this thing functional. So I've been busy working on another trench too as well, because like I mentioned before, I'll show you in 1 second. But yeah, I just put a clamp all the way down, about a 8 to 12 inch piece sticking off, and now I can bury the rest of it and kind of straighten this stuff back out again. You can see how they kind of just stick out just on the direction of the hill, so that's resistance. So let's just get down to the end there. All right, we're down at the end here. Just one last 90 there. And then I started my trench. So there's another tote that goes right there. So the trench is just straight on down. And like I said, right on through to the other side. All right, pipe is in. Just gonna cover it up. And then I'll leave a healthy spot down here to connect. And hope those fittings come in sooner than later. I'd love to get this done. My tote at the end is absolutely full, so you know, with the couple of rains that we had, pretty sure I would have filled up all of these totes in a day. Well, let's get back to covering it up now, and then on to another chore. All right, I got it all in here. I'll just leave that for now, because I don't want to short myself. That would really suck. That would be too long and too short, I guess. But yeah, it's just all kind of buried up. A good rain should help put that stuff right down into the ground. So we'll have to wait for a little bit. I don't want to compact it too much. And that's it. I'm just doing some filling of the water totes here. I gotta clean them out still. There's still some stuff, residue, leftovers. And we'll try and get them out as best we can before we start doing the plumbing next week or the week after. So I'm going to do that for a little bit, and in between I'll find some chores to do. Alright, I'm going to try and make some biochar. I got a big pile of brush here. I'm just going to let her go. It won't take very long. And she's going fast, and she's hot. Didn't go. Well, my fire didn't go very well, so too much space between the twigs to really burn well. The leaves burned really fast though, and yeah, so that's a little bit there. I might scrape some of that out of there, but there's more ash than coal. So, but yeah, I did a little bit of trimming here, and of course this is the left side of the property where I'm going to be putting in the road. So I've been removing any stumps or large branches or large trees or shrubs that are growing, so that I can get in here with the lawnmower, because I'd rather take care of it with the lawnmower. As you can see, I got a maple tree right there, and then one that died again. One just kind of died. I don't know if they're just, I don't know what happened to them. This one here's barely surviving. And I got another one that's pretty good, and then another one that's pretty good, which is got a red leaf on it, which is, I don't know if it's trying to die or it's going to come back, and then another one right beside it. So I do have more that I want to put in here, and I did get rid of the walnuts. So I did cut down the walnuts that were on this side. And hope the roots don't add too much jug loan. But either way, I'm all done for the week. I'm glad you guys come by and check out my video. But don't forget to tell your friends and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.